Hi guys, I got a request to show how I do the polka dots, the polka dotted nail art. I use a dotting tool, and I'm going to do just white polka dots today, and of course my white is always the Wet n Wild because it's really opaque. These are the dotting tools that I have and use. This one is probably the one I've had forever, and it's got the nail art brush on the other end, and then it's got the little tiny dotting tool on the opposite end, and that one has actually kind of gotten kicked to the wayside because I really love this one that's bent, because it makes it really easy to get my dots, and my hand doesn't have to be so perfectly steady. But I have these other ones because it kind of gives me the option. You can see that they're different diameters, so if I want really big polka dots, or if I want very tiny ones, you've got the options of, or if you want to do multiple sizes, then you can, just kind of mix and match and get them to the size that you want. Today I'm going to use my favorite one. I always pour whatever color I'm using for pretty much any nail art in a water bottle cap. It's just the easiest thing to use, because then I can just let the polish dry and throw it away, and I don't have to worry about any cleanup. It takes a very, very small amount to do your dotting, so usually I just pour a couple of drops in to start, and if I happen to need more, then I will, but it'll dry up faster this way with it in the cap than it would in the bottle. Okay, let's see. I'll just start on my index finger so you can see it better. I go at a diagonal because it tends to look more natural, in my opinion, and I start at one side or the other at a corner and start out with a single dot there, and then I alternate the opposite, never having them like in a row, because then your finished tends to look more like an actual polka dot pattern. And go all the way over to the sides if you can. That way, as you move around, it looks better. It's actually pretty quick and easy to get. I mean, polka dots are one of the easiest nail art I do. It's one of my favorites too. I love polka dots. I think I'm getting those a little closer than I want, but there you go. It's really, really easy. I'll show you how to start. If you want to start from the opposite end, everyone's different on what they're comfortable with. If you want to start at the tip, you can start at the tip, but it's the same thing. You want to alternate. I need to wipe that off. It's getting, your dotting tool will collect a little bit of the dried nail polish, and your dots will gradually get bigger, so you need to wipe it off occasionally. That one's not as big as I want it. And if you get a dot that either doesn't look round enough or is too small, you can just dot right back over it. It takes a little bit for the polish to dry, so you've usually got plenty of time to work. If you don't happen to have dotting tools, I started out doing it with toothpicks, and you can actually like you can use the very point of a toothpick for, to make small polka dots. If you want them a little bit bigger, you can cut the toothpick down to a bigger size circle. You can, pretty much anything that's got a pointed or flat round surface can be used as a dotting tool. There you go. It's that easy, and you just continue on with each, and just to prove that I can do it, I'll show you. Yeah, these are shorter, even shorter than the others, but you do the same way. I'll start at the end. My left hand is a lot shakier, so it always takes me longer to do my right than it does to do my left. I think most everyone is like that, whatever their dominant hand is. Always goes faster and usually looks usually the opposite hand looks better than the dominant hand. But fortunately, that's the good thing about polka dots, is it's pretty hard to mess them up. And you don't, I use sesh, so I would normally go right over it with my top coat. I don't wait for it to dry or anything. And then that kind of gives it that milky melted in look, so it really looks like it's airbrushed on, or like it's a minx. So one of the many reasons why polka dots are such a fun nail art. There you go. That's it. And you would just continue on with both hands. Like I said, the diagonals work the best for me because, as you can see when you're finished, you don't have precise rows. If you do it in rows, either down or across, I'll kind of show you what it looks like. It tends to look a little too uniform, and it just doesn't quite look as nice, in my opinion. But that's, it's just the way I like it. If you want that uniform look, then by all means do it across. I have done it like this for a funky French, just across the tip for like 2 or 3 rows, and that does actually look really cute, especially like if you do a solid black nail and then you do a silver, a few silver polka dotted rows. It actually looks really cool. So okay, there you go. So that shows you the difference in the two. You can see this one looks a lot more uniform, which if that's the way you like it, then it's just as easy to do it that way. I like the more random look, so that's just my preference. But so that's the easiest method of doing polka dots that I know. So hopefully everybody will be covered in polka dots soon, and I can check everyone's blogs and check your polka dots. Bye.